Reporting is a really important part of helping us understand where species are, especially when it comes to new species. And everyone here should be familiar with the Report a Weed app. Most of you have been using it, or you talk about it with your partners and encourage people to use this app. It's been around for a few years now. We now have Report Invasive Species app. It's available for iPhone right now, and it will shortly be available for Android. It allows us to now track and report all invasive species. So we've got mammals and birds and fish and invertebrates in there, and also an ability to report something that you don't know what it is and you just want to say that I found something that's unknown. So reportinvasives.ca, that will take you to our main homepage, which has all the different ways that you can report an invasive species, whether that be the apps, through an online form, through the report, or poachers and polluters wrap line for things like mussels. Some of the weird and wonderful animal critters that have turned up in the last year, just to let you know about some of the things that are on our horizon. The first one is African clawed frog. So we had a report of 2 populations of African clawed frog that were found in Washington last summer, just north of Seattle, so very close to us. They've already started some eradication there. It's the first time they've had it in Washington. Obviously, as the name suggests, it's not from here. This is a species that's very like bullfrogs. So it competes with and predates on native species. It affects water quality in aquatic systems. It's highly adaptable and it's cold tolerant. It's been introduced into Europe and does very well there in the northern parts of Europe. So we're pretty concerned that it could very well establish in BC, in our climate. 2015 seems to have been the year of the invasive snake, or the non-native snake. So we've had about at least 3 reports that I know of boa constrictors and ball pythons running around, or sliding around, slithering in BC. So Christina Lake and Mount Seymour and down in Victoria. Okay, so feral pigs. You may have heard a thing or two about feral pigs in the news the last couple of days. Feral pigs running rampant through the Chilcotin. So anyone here from the Chilcotin? Yeah, a few people. Yeah, Emily, we around here somewhere. Really apologise for that. When you get home, your houses are going to be destroyed, your crops are going to be trampled, and all of your pigs are going to be infected with swine flu. So sorry about that. But we do know we have feral pigs in BC in a few locations, and you know, reporters are prone to sensational taglines, but what they did say in these articles that is true is that this species could have a huge impact, and we know that it has a huge impact in other areas where it's been well established. So feral pigs cause millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of damage to agricultural crops and infrastructure in the US every year. So we know we have populations in the Chilcotin and the Okanagan. We've had reports of them up in the Peace. We've seen them in Vancouver Island. So what we really want to know right now is, you know, if you've seen them or if you've heard of them, please let us know.
So a big thing for me this year was the BC Invasive Mussel Prevention, Mussel Defense Program. So what happened? We had our 6 trained crews on the roadway inspecting boats. At the bottom you see one of these watercraft inspection signs. They were operational starting in May to October. We did the roadside inspections, which we did in close collaboration with Alberta, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, Wyoming, all talking to each other, sharing notification, etc., etc. The key message was clean, drain, and dry. We also worked with the ISC around messaging, etc. The results, we inspected 4,350 boats, out of which, with our 6 inspection crews, we talked to 10,000 people. We counted how many people were in each vehicle when we talked to them. Out of these 4,300 boats, 70 were from high-risk jurisdiction, meaning jurisdiction which have Subang quagga mussels, and 15 actually were confirmed to have either mussels or most likely had mussel larvae on them. So it proved that it's a real risk, and what we did was worthwhile. We also had to issue 6 quarantine orders for 30 days, meaning this boat can't go into BC waters for 30 days. Overall, a great success. We got largely very positive support, etc., from the people at the inspection stations, so it was really great. We really realized people, even over just the course of a year, people understand it more and more what it was. We added the high-risk watercraft. Those from infested jurisdiction went, largely the Okanagan, but we also had Vancouver Island, Lower Mainland. Other things that keeps me busy, I'm involved in the Spartina eradication. There's the Northern Pike project, which is really interesting in the Columbia. Brian Heise and his grad student Dan is here. Talk to them. It's a really cool project. We're trying to assess the feasibility of containment of a fish species to minimize its impact. And the other thing is working with PMRA and our pest management regulators to get more treatment options for aquatics, because in the EDR front, that's our biggest obstacle, I think, in the aquatic world, that we don't have the treatment options.